And as promised, we are back with the WHHI Daily News. I enjoyed our conversation with Brad Zervas, and now we have Andy Broughton. Andy and I worked together 24 years ago at the South Carolina Department of Corrections. I was the Director of Communications, and you were, your whole career, you started as a JCO, a Juvenile Correctional Officer, and then you moved through the ranks and ended up as an Associate Director of Institutional Programs, but you also had a group called the Insiders, and we also did some theater together with the boys, and it's good to see you again. It's been way too long.
It has been.
Yes.
It has been.
So let's talk about, we were talking about the state of our boys and this coalition that's come together. From your perspective, Andy, over these years, what have you seen with the state of our young people today, our boys in particular?
Oh yeah, I totally agree that there's what I have found is, and the biggest thing that came to me, and that's why I do what I do, is that one caring person in somebody's life can make all the difference. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of young men that are missing that. Mm-hmm. And so if we can just find those people that will stand up and be that caring adult in somebody's life, it'll make a huge difference.
Well, and we've said that the girls seem to do okay, but little boys need a big boy to know how to be a man. And it could be a coach, it could be an Andy Broughton, it could be a teacher, it could be an uncle, it could be a father, and we hope it's a father, but there are so many missing fathers today, and I know you saw that at DJJ.
Absolutely, yes. By far, most came from broken homes. It was, I think, a last statistic I remember was somewhere around 75-80% of them came from broken homes inside the facility. And so that's a huge indicator that there could be trouble. And so, and speaking of that, you're trying to get people that will mentor. And so I really try to, as I work with young people inside the institution, I've got a kid that started acting better, I assigned him to mentor somebody else. And so I kind of forced mentorship out of them. Some of them were not appreciative because, and it was usually a special needs young person. I'd say, okay, they're assigned to you now. You're going to look out for them. You're going to help them through this.
Another thing that you were very involved in all those years was the Insiders. And then now you have a group. You are retired as president. We're not really retired. Called the Messengers. So tell us a little bit about Insiders and the Messengers now.
The Insiders was the group that we started as a public speaking group inside the facility. So we took guys out of the institution to travel the state to talk to other young people about staying out of trouble. What they've learned about consequences for their actions and resisting peer pressure. They really become educators. So we took them out to educate young people about making good decisions. And so actually, one of those guys that was on the team talked me into retiring so that we could start this business where we would be traveling around, get these old guys who used to be incarcerated as kids and start traveling around and doing what they did so many years ago.
And so what are your audiences? Who are the audiences that you hope to speak to with the Messengers? And is it the same message about making good choices or about having that caring individual?
It's both. It's still both, because we talk to youth groups and we talk to adult groups, and we talk to anybody that'll invite us. There's a message for everybody in this, because one is get involved. If you're an adult, get involved, be that caring adult. So we got a message for them. And kids, of course, we got for them. Make good decisions, because it's going to affect you for the rest of your life. And so these guys have lived it now, and they can say, hey, when I was 15, I did this, and now I'm 40, and this is what is happening to me now. So in my group, I got 18-year-olds that speak, up to about a 46-year-old is my oldest one.
And were they all at DJJ?
Yes.
Wow. And so the Messengers, again, available to come to the church or a youth group, or
do a lot of churches.
You do a lot of churches. And you're also doing some training in active listening in Beaufort. Tell us about that very quickly.
Yes,
we have about 20
we've been invited to sponsor a training. We facilitate the training. It's active listening.
Yes.
Because that's one thing that I valued over the years, and I became a trainer in active listening, because most people are not heard. And so having these young guys be heard really affected them in a strong way. And so I'm teaching them now to be trainers, and so now we're doing this training for other people.
And you're actually at the Beaufort group?
The
group home for DJJ?
The CAPA group home in Beaufort.
And you'll be at July. And you'll be presenting at the meeting, the State of Our Boys meeting, with a collaborative that Brad has put together, and the Community Foundation and the United Way. So good work. Thank you. And it's just so good to see you. Good to see you too. And we'll be right back with more news. Don't go away.